if you're starting to take your content marketing really seriously, obviously one of your goals is probably going to be to try and get your audience from your different content platforms onto your website, and therefore give you more opportunities to sell to your customers from your website, or to get leads, encourage people to inquire with you and become clients. So bringing people onto your website is probably going to be one of your main goals, whether you are running a podcast, setting up a YouTube channel, sharing articles on LinkedIn, posting to Instagram. Not all of the time, but a lot of the time we're doing those things to bring traffic to our website. And so we want to make sure that our website is actually ready for all of this traffic, so that we're not putting all of that time and effort into content marketing, getting people onto our website, and then they're having a bad experience on there, or it's not set up in the right way to actually make the most of that traffic. So today I wanted to share with you some of my tips for preparing your website for getting more traffic and more of your audience over to it, making sure that it's optimized and set up in the best way to make the most of that traffic. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Anna from By Rosanna, and not only am I an online educator where I sell courses and help to educate small business owners on how to market their business and set up their business, but I'm also a website designer as well. So I'm using all of my experience coming together in these tips. And the first one is to make sure that your navigation on your website, so the menu, the way that people can get around and go to different pages on your website, is clear and easy for people to get to the places that they need to get to. So are all of the most important pages that you want people to visit up there at the top of your navigation, so that if someone were to land on your homepage, for example, because you've sent them there from your podcast or your YouTube video or an Instagram post, if they land on your homepage, is it very, very clear where they can go next, so that they can learn more about what you offer and hopefully hire you or buy from you? And not only do I mean the navigation at the top of your website, like the menu area where you have things like home, about, services, shop, things like that, I also mean this as people are scrolling down the pages on your website as well. So if you've got a homepage that people have to scroll down to view more information, it's quite a long or a scrolling homepage, are there plenty of buttons or directions or calls to actions on those long pages like your homepage that are telling people where to go next based on what their needs are and what they're interested in? What you really don't want on your website, and particularly your homepage, is lots of new people landing on there, scrolling down and then just getting to the bottom of the page and being like, now what? They'll just click off the page, they'll just exit and not explore any of the other pages because you haven't told them to, or you haven't told them why they should go and click onto your services page or your shop page. So make sure that you've thought about the customer journey as they go through your website. What steps do you want people to take as they've scrolled halfway down your homepage on your website? Maybe you have a section here with an introduction to your services, and you have buttons here for people to click through to the different services that they are interested in. Maybe if you're a photographer, on your about page you have a section talking about your photography style and what you do. What you don't want is people to get to the bottom of your about page and be like, okay, cool, now what? Because then they might just leave. So you might want to have a button here saying, to view my style in action, check out my portfolio, and then a button that clicks to the portfolio. So you keep people clicking through to different pages on your website. It's easy for them to find what they need because you have that laid out at the top. And it's easy for people to still carry on their journey as they're going through your website pages as well. Another tip is that you really want to be checking what this all looks like on mobile as well. It's so annoying when you go onto a mobile website because you've clicked into someone's bio on Instagram or something like that, and the navigation typically on a mobile website will turn into something called a hamburger icon. That's the 3 lines, or it might be a plus button or something like that, that people can tap on their phones, and it will open up a navigation menu, because it's obviously typically too big to fit on the full screen of a phone. It is the worst when you land on someone's website and you can't find that icon, so you can't navigate around the site easily on a mobile, or you found the button but it's so small, or the link isn't set up quite in the right way, so you're tapping it and it doesn't open. You want to make sure that all of your main links are very easily accessible on mobile too, and this is another great reason for adding buttons and calls to actions and next steps where you want to direct people to other pages throughout your long scrolling pages, because if you think that your homepage is long when you're looking at it on a desktop and it takes a while to scroll down, just think about how long it is to scroll down on a phone. You don't want people to be scrolling for a while and there be no buttons or no informations and steps for them to do next, because if they're bored or they've lost interest, they're just going to exit off. Whereas if there's buttons in plenty of places telling them to go to the next step, then they're less likely to click off because they've got a next part of their journey. So have a look at all your key pages on mobile, definitely your home page. An about page is a good one, but absolutely your services pages. This is really important. You definitely don't want to lose people on there. Product pages, sales pages, that type of thing. You want to make sure there's plenty of next steps and information keeping people's attention as they scroll down, especially on a mobile device. Kind of on that note, you also really want to make sure that all of your links are working. It would be the worst thing for you to be putting all of that effort and time into your content marketing, sending people to your website, and then on like the homepage or a sales page, there are links that are just not working for people, so they're not able to take that next step with you. So if there's a particular page that you are sharing lots on your social media at the moment or something like that, go back and just double check what it looks on mobile, make sure it's clean, make sure it's easy to navigate around, and check that the links are all definitely working and going to the right places. One thing that I like to do as well is create a dedicated welcome page for each of the specific content platforms that you're using. So let's say on Instagram, you have your link in bio in your profile, which you can link to your website. You could just link people to your general website homepage from that link, but it could be much more effective if you create a customized link for this. So you might have seen them before. There's these tools called like Link in Bio or Linktree that will let you set this up for you, or you can set it up on your own website. And it's basically a page on your website that people will only view on mobile or if they click on from your Instagram, and it's just got buttons linking to your most important things, because these might be different to the links and the pages that you put in your main navigation and that show up on desktop. It might be that you're promoting a specific product at the moment, so you have a button or an image of that exact product. It might be that on your Instagram you're talking a lot about your email newsletter and that you want people to sign up to it. And so what you can do is create a specific page with a tool like Linktree or on your website where all those things that you're specifically talking about on that social media platform like Instagram are linked to right from there. And you can easily keep this up to date every day, every week, as you're talking about different things in your content. So lots of people do this on Instagram, but have you considered potentially doing this for a platform like LinkedIn or a platform like Pinterest, for example? Yes, people are possibly more likely to access those links on a desktop rather than on a mobile like they are with Instagram, but you can apply the same principle of leading people to a page that has specific information that you've been talking about in your content. So it's not just taking them to a generic homepage where they have to do a lot of the thinking work to work out where they should be going next based on what they've seen on your social media profile. You can create a dedicated page with whatever it is you've been talking about, or your most relevant things that you really want to promote to that specific audience from that content platform. For the product-based businesses, you really want to make sure that the shopping or buying process is super quick when you are promoting certain products in your content marketing, especially if it's people coming from mobile devices, because people are scrolling on their phones because they're out and about or they're bored and they're just thinking they'll have a quick scroll. If you want someone to take action and actually buy something while they're in the middle of a quick scroll, you really need to make it as smooth and as streamlined as possible. Take out any unnecessary steps. This is where having this kind of welcome page for specific platforms is really good as well, because you don't want to be talking about a specific product on Instagram, for example, and then the link in your bio is just going to your homepage and people have to search around for that product. That link in your bio should either go specifically to that product that you've been mentioning, or go to a dedicated page where you have that product link right there for people to click on. And that just cuts down on the amount of taps and thinking steps that people have to do themselves. Also trying to cut down the steps of the actual purchase process as well. So someone's seen your product, they've clicked on a link from your content platforms, they are now on a sales page, they've read the sales page, they're like, yes, that's for me. They click on a button to buy it, and then it takes them to another product page, and then they have to scroll through that and click buy now, then have another page where they have to choose exactly what they want, or they have to fill out a form, and then another page where they put in their payment details, and another page where they're checking the review process. Like, that's just all too many steps. You want to make sure that it is as streamlined as you possibly can make it, depending on the platforms that you're using. This is why a lot of people set up Instagram and Facebook shops or shopping catalogs when they have physical products. You can do that. So that could be something that you could look into setting up. Or if you use Squarespace as your website provider, what Squarespace allows you to do is embed a product and a product buy now button onto any page on your website. So you could technically embed a product and a buy now button on that welcome page on your Instagram link in bio, so that people, when they tap that link in bio, they don't actually have to tap another link to go and view your product page. They can just tap buy now, and then it will take them straight to the checkout where they just put in their payment details and their address and press buy, and they're done. Other than putting the checkout link directly into your Instagram bio or on your social media, that is probably one of the quickest ways that you can get people through that checkout process. And for service-based businesses, your goal with your website is probably to get people to inquire with you, to work with you. So there are a few options for that. You could be asking people to email you, you could be asking people to fill out a form, book a call with you, all of those things. But again, you really want to make this as easy as possible, so there's no awkward steps that people have to take, and it's quick for them. So if you ideally want potential clients to be booking discovery calls with you, rather than sending your social media or your content platform traffic to your homepage or even your contact page, could you send people straight to an appointment scheduling calendar, like using a tool like Calendly, for example, or Acuity scheduling, where people can literally land on that page, view your calendar and book in a time slot with you there and then to have your discovery call. You can collect other information at the time of them booking the call as well, so you can include a form at that point if you need to collect other information before you have your call. That would be a super quick way of streamlining that whole process. Or even if you just want people to get in touch with you via email, having a contact form with specific boxes of what information you actually want to collect from people is actually easier for people to do than seeing an email address on your contact page, copying that, pasting it into their email client like Gmail or something, and then typing out a message that they're not really sure how to start it, or they're not really sure what information you're going to need. That takes a lot more thinking power than actually just filling out a form. So if you have a form right there on your website, that's going to make that process a little bit quicker. It's also beneficial to you because you can collect information that you want from them up front rather than hoping that they'll give you the right information that you need. So yeah, those are my tips for making sure that you're making the most of any traffic that you're getting from your content marketing as you start ramping up. And if you want to learn how to start generating more traffic for your website, more email subscribers, more customers, more leads, all through organic content marketing, then check out my new course. It's called the Streamlined Content System, and in it I teach you how to plan and create intentional, impactful content in less time by streamlining, automating and repurposing. It's a self-paced course with video step-by-step tutorials, trainings, action steps, templates, copy and paste AI prompts and loads more, and it comes with a bundle of all of my other marketing courses as well. So the Pinterest Traffic Playbook, Blogging with Purpose, Email Marketing with Flowdesk and an intentional Instagram mini course as well. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to find out more, and if you sign up before the 1st of June you can save £60 on the total price as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with another video.